What the fuck, tool? I don't... Not sure I understand even what you said, but yeah, hello. A bouncing ball. Yeah, I see. Yeah, we're bouncing on the ball. That's true. But like balls and balls are different words in Russian. So like you said, I'm jumping on the eggs. I see. Yeah. This, this wordplay just doesn't work in Russian, unfortunately, because, different words. Yeah, it just doesn't work. Sebastian. You could say different types of balls, like this. And this would work, yeah. But you said eggs, like chicken eggs. But yeah, welcome everyone. Hello. I think I'm just trying to find I'm just trying to find my old experiments with a static compilation in Jai. They're somewhere on my laptop. I should have probably done this before the stream, but well, I'm a professional, you know, so. Not this. Well, eggs is more of a more like official one. It's on the side of an actual terminology as opposed to just euphemism. But the word shari, that's close to the balls in English. That's like an actual kind of jargony, like slangy euphemism. Yeah, but yeah, surprisingly, I can't find. Where the fuck did I do that? Did I do it on this computer? Oh shit, I did it here. Oh, well, that was easy enough. Add an emote. Okay, what's that? Let's see. Okay. Sign in, continue with Twitch. Yes, I allow my login and my soul and my money to be stolen by 7TV. And add to my emotes. Confirm. Cool. Added. Okay. Gotta vaguely ask for Jai. Hey, Robert. Hello. Yeah, you gotta be very subtle, you know. You gotta be subtle enough so it doesn't feel needy, but explicit enough so you know the point comes across. You got this. But yeah, what do we have here? Let's see. I have Docker file here. All of a sudden, what's that? Oh, it's to test my static executable on Alpine. I remember that. And yeah, what does it do? Just sets a working directory and copies the out. There's an actual executable. An actual executable. Then there's libstack trace, source code, libexec info sub source code, close to the balls. Lib unwind, and then my main, I think it's kind of, yeah, hello static sailor, debug break even, holy shit. And there's also musl and xz. What the fuck is xz? xz. General purpose data compression library. Why did I need it though? And I guess build.jai is the most important of all. Holy shit, this looks unwieldy. Hmm. Oh. Okay, what did I do here? Oh, look at that. If I do it like this, if I shrink the file, the directory structure window, we almost look like a real IDE. Look at this, almost Visual Studio Code. And I can even do that. There was plugin for Diret that let you look inside of the directory in a tree way, right? For now, if I do that, I just straight up go into the directory. But you could just unroll the directory in line as if it was some kind of a tree, but I don't really use that plugin. I used to have it, but I just found out that I don't really need it. My bitrate jumped. Am I dropping frames? No, it doesn't look like. Probably something on Twitch side. So what do we have here? We have use custom link command. That's the flag. And then we begin intercept and we wait for ready for custom link command. And then we run custom link command. And custom link command is basically you just assemble the string by hand. So there's not much like, quality of life features around assembling custom link command. You just kind of add arguments to an array. And then you run, you set it on workspace somewhere. Oh, you just run it yourself literally on the arguments. And in the arguments, you just kind of, you have quality of life to get, the current executable paths and I guess something like, object files, you can add those. Then I see I was adding object files from musl. Then this, I guess that's why we needed the compression library. Then lib unwind, then lib backtrace. Whatever this is. This is an output. Target file name, which is which is that one. And then we're running command. It sounds easy enough. I guess most complications will be in making it usable, right? So I guess the to-do that I see to make this usable is not just you drop musl in your project and you kind of point the build script at it, but more like, okay, we can compile musl as a part of our source tree, something like that, together with everything else. So, and if that's the case, then you can even step inside of your libc with a debugger if you want. So yeah, I guess something like that. You could just link those, like I did here. Or you could literally build them yourself as a part of your source tree. And that probably will be the hardest part, because it means we will have to go inside here and figure out all of musl's, flags and toggles and kind of port them to Jai build script. I guess support it once. What the fuck is this? I like the comment. Make file for musl. Requires GNU make. This is how simple every make file should be. No, I take that back. Actually, most should be less than half of this size. Use config.muck to override any of the following variables. Do not make changes here. So I guess those are auto-generated. Here's the config one, yeah. Wow. Align jumps, align functions, align. I don't even know what more than half of this means. Oof. So this is like just enable a bunch of warnings. Could they just do W all or something? Why so many? Then C99, no std inc, F freestanding, precision, rounding math. Yeah, here they have WA. Is this not enough or what? Yeah, I mean, I really don't like make files. I would rather write my build script in Python than use make files. Did you know that you have to use tabs for indentation in make files? Otherwise, you get a syntax error. So spaces here are literally illegal. That's kind of crazy. You convinced? Oh shit. Hello people. Hi, welcome everyone. Thanks John for the raid. Hello. I hope the end of the debugging session was productive, and yeah, welcome everyone. So today, as the stream title says, we're trying to make static binaries kind of easier with Jai, at least on Linux, because I mean on Windows static compilation doesn't really make much sense, right? You have to link user 32, kernel 32, and this stuff anyway, so on Windows it's like whatever. But on Linux it's a different story. Dynamic linking on Linux sucks fucking massive ass, and the less you have of it, the better you will feel about yourself in the future, and that's kind of what we're working towards. I actually have a small proof of concept of how to build a static executable in Jai. It's relatively simple. We have a build script that just runs a custom link command against a bunch of musl object files and the libc itself. It also requires some compression stuff, lib unwind and lib backtrace for having a tracebacks. And I also had to modify a runtime crash handler in Jai itself. Let me actually show you. Hopefully I can. Yes, I know I can do OpenGL like that, but you know, a lot of applications just straight up don't need graphics. Like web servers don't need graphics, command line tools often don't need to link anything. You can even do X11 and Wayland without dynamic linking if you opt into, you know, how do you call it? Software rendering, right? So you can do software rendering in both Wayland and X11, and then you can probably get away with just static executable, which can be useful in many cases. Actually, and ironically, just think about writing a software rendering backend for GetRect, for SIMP. So maybe I just don't need OpenGL at all for my program. Because honestly, sometimes dealing with those graphical issues, especially when you ship to other people's computers, kind of sucks. But yeah, let's actually try to run my old proof of concept, crash handler lib backtrace. So I have this one. Keklelf, hello, and my program is a keyboard rebinder. It's a kind of a program that lets you rebind keys independently of the program. So, you know, a lot of indie games don't support key remappings, or maybe you disagree with how it handles like directional inputs. So you can set all of that in my program, and then it will send those inputs to the target program. Yeah. Yeah, you can do graphics, but you have to load drivers dynamically. And I think if you compile statically with musl, you don't really have dynamic loader. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you can just do DL open from static executable, you know, just like that. Just asked this question on J channel, but was already at the end. While this might be weird, I wonder if Jai does allow to visually scope functional blocks in parentheses. I mean, yeah, you can. So I'm not sure what you're talking about exactly, but you can, you know, just kind of open a scope like that, and everything you write here is scoped. So if you try to access a variable from the scope here, you will get a compile error. So if you're asking about that, then yeah, it's possible. Are there any advantage to dynamic linking? You know, I mean, Linux people will say that, oh, security, big security. What if you statically link free type and it has vulnerability? Then your users just get pwned, right? The tireless packagers on Arch Linux will repackage a newly patched version of free type very quickly. Yes, they will break their operating system for all the users, but it will be massively secure while they fix other bugs. Yeah. Instead, you link against the free type that the packager himself, like, or herself, you know, compiled and shipped. But yeah, this is the backtrace. It uses lib. What it does is following. It links statically. You see, library, comma no DLL. This is how you link statically with libraries in Jai, and it does lib backtrace, and it just, yeah, new static, and it exports a bunch of stuff here to support line numbers for, you know, errors when like your program panics, like, you know, asserts gets fired, or you get sigint, something like that. You get this, or bounce check, for example, fails. You get that. And also unwind. I think unwind we don't need to link directly because it probably gets linked inside of the lib backtrace, but maybe I'm mistaken. So yeah, let's go to the directory and crash handler. So wait, where am I? Okay. The Emacs poop files. Oh, cool. Thanks. So let's rename this one quickly to runtime lib back normal, and let's rename this to runtime crash handler like that. Overwrite. Wait, what? Yeah, this is the thing in Emacs, you need to do like alt enter, yeah. And let's actually try to compile it. Oh, look at that, it still compiles. So I compiled the executable, and here's the target file name. And let me open the terminal in this directory. And we have exe file. And if we do, let me maybe, how do you, okay, this is how you do it. LDD exe. Look at that. We have not a dynamic executable. And if we run it, we have hello static sailor and breakpoint hit static trace. So if we look at the executable, where is it? Main.jai. We have this print, hello static sailor. We have a function call, and it calls debug break. And here we have hello static sailor. We hit the breakpoint, and we have an actual stack trace. And this is all in static executable. The size is probably not that small, and it's a debug. It is a debug build, right? With debug info, with stack traces, and it's 1.5 megabytes. Still smaller than Hello World in Electron, by the way. Got him. And lower than Rust, yeah. And I actually have a I'm sorry for this heresy. I know John raided me, but I have a Docker file with which I can run this executable in Alpine, and I'm not gonna do it now. But yeah, I can copy this executable in an Alpine that is running in a Docker container, and it will run there as well. So to make sure that we definitely don't depend on libc, on glibc anywhere, right? It's just like statically linked, no strings attached. Hey, Jump. What did I miss in chat? I'm so sorry, I'm not used to chat moving this fast. I'll try to catch up. Try installing Odin a lot. Odin again. Odin. People like Odin here, damn. Well. Leap and Wind is pretty darn cool for weird use cases like a sampling profiler. Yeah, I can see that. Like, one of the biggest issues I had when messing with this experiment is that I literally couldn't get stack traces work. And one of the difficulties is that I literally don't know how they work in native environment, because, you know, I'm usually I do web development by day, so yeah, again, apologize. Please don't leave me, please. So this shit is not something I do a lot. So I had to figure it out, and yeah, Leap and Wind seems very useful, right? It implements a part of libc, glibc, that musl doesn't have. So we like those. We definitely like those. And it's easy to link statically, so we like those even more. So Zog said that static linking with all the libc your software needs, including libc replacement, and you're good across Linux flavors. That is actually not entirely true. This is actually not entirely true. And the reason for that is that libc relies, on Linux at least, libc relies on a certain file system properties. And what I mean is stuff like this. Get other info. Network address and service translation. So this is a literally libc function that gives you address info for a certain domain name. It literally depends on your system configuration. And you know, on stuff how you like name services are configured and blah 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 blah, and distributions that are tailored towards musl, they usually make this way simpler than distros that are targeted towards glibc. So if you compile your binary with musl and you try to run it on a system where get other info in glibc does something crazy, then maybe your program just won't be able to find an address info. Yeah, name resolution is fucking cancer, and another cancer is this bitch, setlocale, is the bane of my existence. While learning how it works, I got brain tumor that will probably kill me in 5 years or so. And this is probably the worst part of libc. And the way it works in GNU libc is just ridiculous. It's like thousands upon thousands. It's like 5,000 lines of code or something like that. And I mean, it's pretty safe to say that they are not quite compatible. I mean, usually like musl supports lcall and I think ctype also. So musl will probably be able to act on those, and everything else I think it just doesn't do. But honestly, I mean, probably nobody cares about those. Nobody ever used it. And yeah. So yeah, your binary might not be entirely compatible with all the crazy Linux distro flavors. And oh, actually, hello. I don't know how to call you without breaking a few like regional laws. I can call you by name, I guess. Docker, some sins cannot be forgiven. Yikes. But yeah. But still, I think there's a lot of value in static compilation. And that's what we explored today. I'm very glad that this experiment still works. It will probably save me a few hours. And this is my main program. It won't compile, or will it? What? It tries to compile. Yeah, it tried to compile a different one. Right, backtrace. Yikes. Wait, what? Oh, so my normal project doesn't compile because I changed the runtime crash handler in Jai itself. So I guess the downside is that you can't like switch back and forth out of the box. So now in order to compile static executable with Jai, you must replace a part of Jai. That luckily is user space, so you can do that. You can easily do that, right? Crash handler in the compiler is just a module that you can access and rewrite. You just don't really have access to it from the meta program, so you have to swap the entire file. But it's fine. How does Jai make a project? Yes, it's just a build file that you write in the language itself, and this code just runs at compile time. That's literally all there is to it. It's very simple. I mean, the concept is very simple. It's just the code in the same language. Anyway, what do I want to do? I want actually an ability not to just link against against the musl. I want to build musl. I want to build musl itself. And I have this. This is the source code of musl 1.2.5. And I guess maybe we will be on an epic adventure on how to parse a fucking configure script. Good news that there's monopoly that solves all the problems, and now there's only about 3-4 relatively popular architectures left. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. All hail to monopolies, I guess. I hate configure scripts. Have I ever told you that I don't like looking at this? Musl supports a lot of targets. Microblaze. What the fuck is microblaze? Oric. What's that? Anyone have a microblaze computer on their hands? Small joint. GNU toolchain defaults to assuming unmarked files need an executable stack, potentially exposing vulnerabilities in programs linked with such objects. Long Arch 64 mentioned, let's fucking go. True. Generally, POSIX just sucks, but you have to live with it. I mean, sometimes I agree, yeah. In certain parts, I agree. How did you learn C? That's the good part. I never learned C. I just, sometimes I just need to deal with some projects written in C, and I just mess with it, and I learn as I go. I never formally learn C. I just need to write something or read something, and I figure it out. And C is a very small and simple language, so you can just kind of learn it. You don't really need like courses or like some recreational drugs, unlike C++. Don't do drugs, people, or you will become a C++ object-oriented guru. Do I need to port all of these flags? I probably don't. That much. This is all. So I assume there's like a lot of C programmers. So this is pretty much just a bash script, right? And all this configure bash script does is it sets a bunch of stuff in the makefile, and then makefile sets those flags like to GCC. Am I understanding it correctly? Like you press configure, configure kind of detects your architecture, what computer you're running, and it will kind of just set the default flags for everything based on the computer you're running it on. Right? I mean, surely, do people run configure scripts by hand? Do people literally write all of that by hand? Or is this like also auto-generated? Config.mag. So this is, I guess, got generated. So I guess this got generated by the configure script. Yeah, prefix build. And then, so writing configure scripts by hand was very hard. So people came up with another scripting language that generates configure scripts, right? Autoconf. And you also need to configure autoconf scripts, right? And then there is a makefile that I assume got completely auto-generated by running configure. So this is like the end output of all of this pipeline. Or maybe not. I mean, I assume so because they say do not make changes here. Probably there's some configure generator. Yes, I'm absolutely sure there is. 7 levels up and we get CMake lists. Please no. Yeah, you know, I'm kind of very discouraged by looking at that. I thought I'm gonna go in, create a build file that will build musl, but now looking at this, I am not so sure. What does install do? Oh, installs just readme. Yeah, run the provide configure script from the top level source, passing on its commands line any desired options. Run make to compile, run make install with appropriate privileges to write to the target locations. The configure script attempts to determine blah blah blah. By default, configure installs to a prefix of blah blah blah. Okay. Maybe we can get some help from free type. So Jai ships with free type actually, and free type, if I'm not mistaken, it actually generates a build script. Am I crazy or okay? It has a bindings generator. Oh, compile free type variant. Look at that. Compile free type variant. Where do we call it? If compile free type variant. What do we do here? Let's just do this. We just raw dog the compiler, like CMake. CMake? What the fuck is CMake? Do I have it? CMake, I have. What's that? Is it just alias to GCC? No, it's a different thing. Generate. It's not even, you don't even like directly run the compiler here. So they don't raw dog the compiler. Okay, it generates make files. Well, it's a project generator, I see. But I don't want to do that because otherwise I could just, just run the configure script and then call CMake and say, okay, to build musl you need make. Which maybe is not the worst option. So what do they send here? B absolute build dir, disable. So here you just kind of set a bunch of flags, kind of the same way you do on the to the configure script. And at the end you set the extension, build command, make directory. Where is the command running? Run or exit. Static lib source destination, delete directory, run or exit. Okay. Run or exit, yeah. Okay, it all boils down to run command. So run command is also comes from a module in Jai that just runs the command in a sub process or whatever. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I can do that. It's just a little wrap around CMake. musl doesn't use CMake, but I can, I guess, just use regular make to make it. So what do we So how do we organize it? This kind of thing just accepts the source path, and then it just kind of uses it. Yeah. And compile accepts the target version, and I guess, you know, the release or debug build. This one accepts the version, I assume. Yeah. Okay, we can do that. So probably I can just create another file, build musl.jai. Save it. Build musl will be a procedure that will maybe accept certain parameters, but for now, I guess it can accept path to the source. So musl source. It's a string. Yeah. Ooh. I like when Vim does this. Musl is located at. Let's import a bunch of stuff. Import basic, and we will need import wait, what the fuck, where's the build file? Here it is. Whoa, 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 whoa. Process. Import process. At least those. Right. And yeah, so musl is located. We will need to do run command. Run command, how do you call it? Just within arguments. So run command, I assume, is just this. Arguments, the string, working directory. So this will be like configure, right? Something like that. And working directory will be musl source. Then what else? So we have more space. Capture and return output. Print captured output. Print captured output should be definitely true. Print captured output is gonna be true. At timeout, we don't need it. Arg quoting, okay. Process result, output string, error string, timeout reached. Capture, do I need to capture? I probably don't even need to capture it. All I need is to I guess I need the target. So musl source and musl target. So I can pass these to like install, kind of, you know, set the install path where to put musl. It's also gonna be string. Yeah. And what does it return again? Process result. We will at least get the result. We just infer that motherfucker. And let's go back to build. Actually, let me, you know what I want to do? I want to create a Git repository here, because otherwise it just makes it easier to grab stuff. Git init. Using master as a default branch, just like God intended. Okay. Now it works. I'm using the modern Emacs, and it has a project kind of integration that uses Git or another like version control system to determine that this is a project. And so the command project find file kind of relies on that to know where to find stuff from. Right. Okay, build. And what if I just, before building my stuff, I'll just start calling build musl, So I literally like load build musl.jai here. Load and jai is so jai has import and load, right? For those who don't know, import is like a proper thing. It imports a module that has like a separate kind of namespace, separate. It's not really a namespace, but stuff from within the module cannot access your stuff. So you can access stuff within the module, but module can't see anything from your program. So modules are kind of like libraries or packages in other languages. But load is more similar to include in C. It's like you break your project up on multiple parts and you just load them together. So this is kind of similar to include, but without pitfalls like pragma once or whatever. You can still load the same file multiple times if you load the file that loads it again, and you will get an error with the redeclaration, but it's still kind of more manageable. The way I usually structure my programs is that I load a bunch of stuff in main and that's it. Very convenient. And we musl path. Actually, you know what? Maybe if I provide musl as a module, no, I want to provide this. So we'll do join file path and musl, what was that, 1.2.5, I think. Musl 1.2.5, yeah. Okay. And musl out equals to path. It's also going to be join. Join just join strings. Musl out. Yeah, load versus import is cool. I mean, I think Rust also has that. So it has use, which is kind of like import. And I think it also has include, kind of like load or something. If I recall correctly, I haven't actually wrote any Rust since 2019 or something. Yeah, Jai Unity builds. Yeah, true. And then we will gonna do build musl, musl source and musl out. All right. Incorrect number of arguments applied to log. Yeah, because log accepts formatting stuff, musl source. So let's see what happens. Join undeclared identifier because we need to import string. So the way it's structured now is that some advanced kind of string manipulations, right, like advanced, are stored in the strings module, and some very basic stuff that everybody needs to do are, well, in basic. Wait, worked? Couldn't launch process, exec vp failed, no such file or directory, because configure is like, can I do that? How do you do that? Do you like do sh and then configure? Sh configure, no such file or directory. So we are here. No, it's not. I'm not doing it in musl old. I'm running it from the source. So musl configure, yeah, it exists. Cd musl. Is this how you? Oh, invalid source directory. So that's what it complains about. So I can do like configure, or I guess that also works, right? Unsupported use of equal in fish. Oh shit, it's because I'm in fish. Can I do... Oh. Couldn't launch process. Permission denied. Oh, this is something... exec vp. How do you run stuff in exec? How do you run bash scripts in exec vp? Okay, it's time to Google how to run shell scripts from exec vp. Executing bash commands in exec vp. Okay, it's just /bin/sh. Right, it's like... Yeah, okay, that actually worked, kind of. No such file or directory. So this is exactly what this returns. No such file or directory. Cool. And if I run configure on its own... I canceled it because I because I don't want it to create random directories. You can run it in ./configure. Yeah, I see. That's what I tried, but it didn't work for some reason. Oh, just creating a make file. So okay, it doesn't run anything. Nice. It has the shebang. So seems like, I guess it no such file or directory. Wait, no, I'm setting source. I'm setting the working directory. This should work. Process run command. Yeah, working directory. Oh, you know what happened? You know what happened, chat? Who's the idiot? Who's the idiot? So, the first thing accepts a list. Me, of course. So the first parameter accepts list of strings. And this is a string, and this is also a string. Yeah, so it thinks that this is a part of kind of the argument. So this tries to run. That's why it complains about directory not existing. And to be able to disambiguate this stuff, I need to pass it by name. Like that. Yeah. Holy shit, look at this. And it's even colored. Holy fuck, this is so beautiful. And we have config.mac. Epic. Easy clap, yeah. Only needed to warm up a little bit. Result. So log result of configure is and assume it blocks is exited 00. Oh, so it's not just a number, it's result is process result, which is type. What's that? Unstarted, still running, failed to launch, exited, signaled. It returned exited. Okay. And then exit code and then signal. So we do that, and then if result that exit code not equals to 0. Oops, I wrote a JavaScript today, so that's why I did that. Yikes. Log error. Couldn't configure musl. Couldn't configure musl. Aborting. I don't know how else, and I guess return false, right? So, or something like that. Control XB build build musl result. If not result, I guess I'll just exit. Just return. What is the name for in return type? You can do this. So it's mostly for documentation purposes. You can also separately declare it. So if you use multiple returns, you can do that. But you don't necessarily need this. You can just do that. But it's just when I return a Boolean argument, I just, you know, when I do that, when I return a single Boolean argument, it's kind of, I mean, you can kind of see that it probably returns a success, but yeah, I just tend to do that just for documentation purposes. But yeah, well, return false in if and true outside. Yeah, I did it correctly the second time around, right? So kind of like that, and we proceed. Now, after we run configure, so this is a bash history of me configuring XZ. What's that? Enable static. Whoops. Configure XZ, enable static. Prefix lib unwind, enable cxx exceptions, enable mini debug info. Yeah, I'll have to refresh that memory. Enable debug frame. There's some lib backtrace. Prefix.build. Okay, so let's do configure -- help. Src dir. It gets detected. Okay. Installation prefix. Main installation prefix. So this is where we install. So this is where we set the target. Exec prefix. Installation prefix for executable files. For executable files? Does musl have any executable files? Or did they just yoink a standard configure from somewhere and modified it slightly? What's that for? Or do they call object files executable? Hello? Fine-tuning the installation directories. User executables /bin libdir /lib include dir include syslibdir lib. So this looks like, to me, this looks like they didn't really handcrafted their configure script. They just yoinked it from somewhere. Because they don't have multiple, like, what's this for? Because they don't link against anything when they build musl. As far as I know, it's just like a freestanding library, right? And I guess that's the whole point, right? Of, being a libc, so you don't need to include anything yourself. System types configured to run on target. Okay, this is so. This is for, how do you call that? Oh fuck. Cross compiling, right? This is for cross compilation. And then we do optimize. Optimize listed components for speed. Build with debug information. Disable warnings. Build with recommended warnings flag. Wait, how is this enabled? Disable warnings. Build with recommended warnings flag. How is this enabled? I don't want to disable warnings. Disable shared. Inhibit building shared library. It's like, I see, it's like enable the flag. Right, so, yeah, okay. Disable share, disable static, inhibit building static library with malloc. Choose malloc implementation. That's pretty cool. And some influential environment variables. C compiler command, C flags, cross compile, and libcc compiler runtime library detected. Okay. So let me just straight up copy this motherfucker. If I disable both static and shared, I don't know. Who the fuck knows? And I just realized that I need more air. 1 second. It's kind of a bit hot here. So, for those of you who don't know, I am living in Serbia at the moment, and Serbia, as any other Balkan country, has one specific property, is that the air quality during the winter is fucking abysmal. So you kind of choose to either have an poisoned oxygen or you choose to breathe your own fart. Yeah. And I try to kind of cheat by closing my window, but opening the window in another room. But I guess there's not enough airflow for me. Anyway, yeah, we configured the stuff. And let's just straight up paste this, right? And we'll just port one by one. I think source we probably don't need to set because we set a working directory. Okay, so configure command, we can just call it configure, is gonna be a dynamic array of strings. And array added, configure, we'll start with the command itself. Easy clap. Then we do array added prefix, right? Is this how we do? Yeah, prefix. Prefix, and I think I can do that. Musl target. And here we just do. We can just do this. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Unknown or unsupported target. What? It's dash dash prefix equals. Sorry. Oh. Is this like that? Oh, comma. No. Can I, when I do run command, run command, sounds terrible. I have an air purifier, actually. I have it. You can separate arguments by... Yeah, that's what I tried to do, like here. But apparently not enough. So to create... Can I like a debug print the command? Capture return, print captured output, process result, output string error string. So let's go to create process. Where is it? Huh? I guess create process is here. Yeah, create process. Args. If args count output args, for output args tempc string. Get quoted command string. Okay. What's that? Socket pair? Damn, Raphael is fancy. Like uses socket pair. Holy shit. Like a pipe. Oh, I see what you mean. And yeah, enjoy your food, DG Grant. I see what you mean. I guess I can do that. And just dude. Get quoted args. What? Another one. Here, configure. Ah, yeah. You see, you were right. So it inserts spaces like that. For sure. Okay. Build musl. So we do prefix equal this, and we just print this motherfucker. And now when we rebuild, we literally run the prefix, right? And we now check like, yeah, prefix is specified. Nice. Now there's make directory if it doesn't exist. We need that. Where is it defined? In modules.file. Okay. Build. Yeah, here. So first we need to do is, if it doesn't exist, and we pass musl target. Yeah. A directory now exists boolean. Like that. And we need to import file. Cool. So now we do prefix. Installation prefix for executable we don't need. We don't need that. Library files for the linker. Probably don't need that. Target. Configure to run on target. We can kind of do that because Jai also has a cross-compiling situation and cross-compilation situation, and we can maybe, you know, kind of help with building musl for different platforms. I'll like hold that thought for a moment. Build system type. I don't know what this means, but the enable optimize is definitely what we need now. Enable debug. Right, so we will need to accept some kind of I guess we need to accept build options here. I think it's, yeah, build options. Where are those defined? It's options, I think. Yeah, options in the compiler. Yeah, so, and here, dynamic static library. Do we require user to create a build options just for musl? I feel like not really. This is one of those things that, you know, oh, I'm accepting a struct as a parameter, I'm so clever. But probably not worth it. I'll probably just simplify it to to accept but it's so convenient to use this enum, but I only need static or dynamic, right? So dynamic equals false by default, right? Because by default we will build static, and release mode equals release mode what is it here? So I probably want to be compatible with values from build options, so you can paste them directly from the struct, but I don't want to enforce the struct. I guess that's what I'm getting at. Text flags, target, backend, machine options, intermediate entry point. But how do you do that? Optimization type. There you go. Debug. Very debug. Okay. So x64 tail call preserve debug info. Okay. If not, emit debug info. Where do we have? So dynamic false, debug info by default true. Mode optimize, I guess. Optimize by default false, and that's probably it, right? I don't really need anything else. I don't think so. So dynamic or static, preserve debug info, and whether I want it to be optimized. Yeah, we will start as simple as that. Right, so target host, enable optimize. Optimize listed components for speed. What do we have in enable optimize? Optimize equals yes. Possibly add an O options to C flags and select modules to optimize with. Case optimize X auto. What does it mean? Fan match. Then, okay, so kind of use C flags. Otherwise, using defaults, optimize equals yes. X size, X none, minimize size, optimize yes, optimize no. Here you go. So if optimize equals no, then O2 and a bunch of those. Optimize equals yes and internal malloc string. Okay, I see what they are. doing. So I can either do yes or not here, yes or no. So we will call it optimize for speed. Over size. And default one is yes. Yeah. Default one is yes. This sounds reasonable enough. Prefix equals this, array add configure dash dash enable optimize equals and then we use this cool trick with fx. So fx optimize for speed over size, then yes, else no. Yeah. Then we do enable debug, fx debug info, then yes, else no. I assume it also accepts else. Enable debug. Yeah. Wait, what? To solve the cross-platform situation, I use GCC static as a custom link command. This allowed me to run a Jai game on old university computer. So I guess it's fine if you don't care about binary size. Ooh, that's cool. Wait, GCC just compiles glibc statically? Goldfish the Bounty Hunter, that's a cool name. I'm live for about an hour and a half now. Is fx ternary in Jai? Yeah, it is kind of a ternary. It has some magic properties, but TLDR is that it is a ternary, kind of ternary fx. Right, so you can do stuff like a equals fx, like like true. Then you can even open blocks here. Then else, right? And this is the only place in Jai that where you can return expressions, right? This is the only place in Jai where you can do this, where block can return something. Send your first .jai for this if you want. Yeah. I mean, sure, you can drop it in the secret beta Discord or like DM me. Why not? I'll see if I can use it somewhere. Rust mentioned. Yeah, so this is the only place in the language where you can do that. Like the only. Enable debug. And then static. So now we do this if dynamic, then we disable shared. This would just disable static. I mean, so it supports doing both at the same time. On one hand, I don't really want... Ooh, what did I do? What? Oh, of course, it's because I... fx1 is a valid statement. Yeah. I think I've heard that fx can be nested. fx is also like a legal way to do whiles in Jai. How about quick procedures? Yes, quick procedures exist. They are not... Oh, you mean whether like fx works with them? Or what do you mean? Like, yeah. I mean, I see what you mean. Whether they can return stuff, but it doesn't really count, right? Those don't count. Yeah. I mean, those don't count. And I don't know. I don't actually know if you can call them in line. Yeah, you're right. You don't need to print here. For sure. I also never use them. Generally I don't really like lambdas that much. I mean, I use them in JavaScript a lot because that's literally how JavaScript was built for, with in mind, callback hell and all that. But I don't really use them outside. Oh, and I mean, maybe if lambdas in Jai or just procedures in general were capturing, like if we had closures, maybe I would use them more often, but now they're just not that useful. I think they are most useful when you sort stuff, but I don't think I've ever sorted anything in Jai. I literally never run quick sort. Yeah. So we disable static and dynamic, and I think that's it, right? That's it. So yeah, let's run it. Muzzle target. It's muzzle, not muzzle. Yeah, so compiler accepts. See compiler, target file name, linker, blah blah, and let's check what not make file. What's this called? Vim config.mac. So we have prefix muzzle out, O2, let's change something. For example, I build muzzle and debug equals false. Oh, it's not debug, it's debug info. I saw that something changed here. Something definitely changed. No? Oh, components to be optimized for speed, internal malloc string. Using runtime libraries, GCC, Ah, this G goes away, I see. Dash G. Here's dash G. Oops, not this one. And it's not debug, it's info. Yeah, it went away. You're right. You're right. Damn, it's so useful to have a big chat when you're programming on stream. Sometimes I just bash my head against the wall. Like where you've been when I was bashing my head against MSDN trying to make fucking icons in tray work. Yeah, I see what you mean. Thanks for the compliment. I haven't seen anyone compile Jai to an ISO. You should just write your own C++ compiler. I definitely shouldn't write my own C++ compiler. John Wallace from you. I mean, he literally raided me, right? Hi, is your day job related to systems programming or web dev? And you do systems programming as a hobby. So my day job is web. It's not really web dev. It's web related dev, right? I don't really make web applications or websites. I make dev tools for web development, for web developers at the moment. But I use web technologies for that, right? I do like TypeScript and Python and whatnot. Web adjacent, yeah, web adjacent. So I don't get to write a proper like systems code at work. So I have to do it on my free time. So, you know, I can LARP as a real systems programmer and feel better about myself. Proper closures are practically impossible without similar to C++ or RIII, if we want something like... I mean, maybe you can do something different, you know? Maybe you can do some sort of like void pointer that is stored somewhere in the context, maybe, and you have to clean it up manually, you know, so not exactly maybe that, but something that's less magical, maybe. Something that is explicitly allocated and you need to like explicitly, you know, free. I guess. You definitely don't want RIII because, you know, maybe you want to have a separate allocator for closures. Similarly, how you might want to have it, yeah, like for strings or for your pool or whatnot. Because it should definitely support all of the allocator shenanigans in the language. So the way I see it, it should be one, somehow like explicit and accessible, and second, have like some quality of life so people actually use it, right? And personally, to me personally, I completely like ambivalent to closures. If they happen in the language, I will probably use them somewhere, but if Jai never has closures, I'm not losing anything. It's not the feature that I really want, you know. Yeah. I do Python and TypeScript at work and Zeek Rust at night. Yeah, that's relatable. I mean, I would do Go if at my job I have to do Go. I wouldn't complain about that for sure. The fuck? Sub jump scare. Hey, it's just Dex. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Damn, big stonks today. Okay, this is all of that just to configure stuff. And after configure, we need to run make, right? We need to run make and then make install. Is this right? Let me look. Make and make install, yeah. So if I do make and make install now, what's gonna happen? Wow! What the fuck was that? Let's see what did it install. That was scary. Musl out. Okay, include. A bunch of includes. Aware. Lib. Here you go. What's that? Musl GCC specs. What is this? Link? Some kind of a like a file that GCC reads? Cam focuses out. I mean, this is a common thing on my stream. Sometimes my webcam just unfocuses itself. And I thought it's because of Linux, but it happens on Windows as well. John said that closures are going to happen because they require same stuff as other features he wants to implement. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. But yeah, to me, it's, you know. But what if you capture something non-trivially allocatable? I tried to think about this and come to conclusion that lambdas should store data pointer, data size, operator equals, and destructor. Operator equals. I mean, can't lambda just store something like any? So void pointer and type info. It's because, I mean, you can capture multiple stuff, right? So it's not gonna be just one any. It should be some kind of a array of any's, or so yeah. It's not just any. It's like multiple any's because you might capture multiple things. Wasm devs watching Jai devs. Easy clap. GCC internally invokes sub-processes for various steps, and spec files is used to configure options for this ICIC. Yeah, that makes sense because I see like libgcc, something for libgcc, something like this is include paths. Oh, not include paths, like library paths. Here's here are path to headers. Yeah, and here are path to object files. But essentially what we need to do is we need to call make and make install. It kind of generates a bunch of crap. Well, it's not crap, those are epic musl headers. But I don't think we need to copy all of them probably to our out library. Or do we? Oh, this is why it wanted a binary file. So it has a GCC wrapper. And yeah, literally, it does GCC and passes the specs file here. There you go. DM thing. Okay, yeah, I got your DM. Thanks. By the way, do you mind if I call you by name? Like, I don't know, Yaroslav or something? Because calling you Kazirная хуйня from YouTube is is like, I don't know. I mean, I can, it's funny, but, you know. Fake GCC is Klang. Yeah, just Yarik. Okay. That's fine. Nice. Anyway, so let's do make and make install. Right, so make. Make result equal. We kind of been really lazy here. Make. Actually, print output, right, and we do make, if not make result. Running make failed. I guess if I'm not capturing the output, I should return it. Right. Print capture and return output. False, print false. Error string. Yeah, I guess I need to set capture and return output. Print output. If not print output, capture and return equals, I guess capture and return output equals not print output, right? Something like that. And same here. Nice. If not make result, log error, running make failed. If capture and return output, make output is make result, then what do we return here? So first output and then error string. Make output is output, make as the out is, make as the error is, and the same shit for configure. Yeah. And I guess I need to do this. So I redeclare, so I don't redeclare out and error. Real GCC, so true. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know, you meant this one, yeah. This is what you meant probably. If not make result, procedure call did not exit code not equals 0. Yeah. Because that's a struct. Tick tick. Result of configure is. So I assume make did run. And then we do make install. Make install, running make install failed. And for consistency's sake, let's do this. Now we do that. It's actually way faster when you don't need to print to std out. Create macro. And I really like to type it out at least few times, right? Before I put it to a macro, but you're probably right. It's exactly the same code. If not exit code, do this. Yeah. Make install result dot exit code. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Yep. My bad. Emacs is very slow. Yeah. I'm running my normal program that I usually work on, the remapper through Emacs, and when I log a lot to std_out, the entire thing slows down after a while. I mean, on Linux it's kind of fine. It can on Linux it can go a long ways before it dies, but on Windows you just get maybe like 10 pages of std_out and then Emacs just crashes or something. Okay, here you go. So let's remove the directory and rerun the stuff from scratch. So musl out. Yeah, no musl anymore. What's that? What is this? Oh, it's from Docker container. Yeah, this is from my Docker container. Now if I run, musl out, bin, include, lib, epic. Right, and we can imagine that we run this as a part of our build command, right? We build, where is it? Right, we like build musl, and then here when we create a link command, we kind of know that yeah, musl is created, so we can just literally add a not like this, but where is our musl out? Yeah, so it's gonna be like this, like that, and musl out, right? Now if we rebuild, I fucked up because we need another parentheses and musl out. Oh, I mean, you know how it goes. Can I do that? If I do this, then they will be baked into the executable. Let's not do that. Instead, I'm gonna send them here. Musl out. Musl like out, or musl directory dir, and yeah, undeclared identifier. What are you stupid? I lit string. Yeah, nice. And now if I cd back and do exe, we still compile and run. And let me remove the executable entirely, rerun the command, it runs, we run exe, and holy shit, here we go. First try, easy clap. What's the directive to make compiler time, compile time function call? It's run, like this. Like that. The reason why I didn't do it here is because, well, if you do run, right, and something that returns string, right, then this string will be, at least I think it will be baked into your target executable. I think. Maybe it's not gonna happen if the compiled executable is in another kind of workspace, but I'm not really in the mood to check it out right now. Now make it self-compile. Wait, what do you mean self-compile? You mean without configure scripts or what? Oh. nice crack. You know what I also want to do? Add your build command to the bottom of your script. Is it not there? It's there, here. Not sure what you mean. Or do you mean here? Do you mean this one? Do you mean in this script? Oh, we can disable wrapper, I think. Yeah, we can probably disable wrapper. Can we maybe also disable headers? Build given musl toolchain wrapper. Add your build command to the bottom of your script. Ah, yeah, I did. Here it is. So yeah, not sure. Yeah, so not sure if you mean something else. Yeah, I want to disable the wrapper. Where is it? Configure. Dash enable wrapper equals no. Just hard code disabling GCC wrapper for now. Yeah, I'm sorry for sorry for everyone who recently emailed John to get added to beta. I think now he has way too much emails after a couple Primogen streams. Because before that, I mean, I don't know how many emails he usually gets, but at least it felt like a kind of chill time. You know, we would get beta every like a week or so, and a few people would get added with every beta. But you know, Primogen got the language and everything changed when Prime viewers attacked. Let's see if it actually removes the wrapper for GCC. Oh shit. Oh, my bad. You never thought to email him for 4 years. Okay, we don't have bin anymore. Nice. Maybe I can disable includes as well. Doesn't seem like you can disable includes, right? So maybe the way we run make is not entirely good. Wait, what? Musl. Right, so we have a make file, and when we just run make, it runs make all, right? So it compiles, does all leaps and all tools. Yeah. yeah, I mean, the thing is that a lot of bug reports also got kind of done walled, right? Because I also got hit by it, right? I sent him some patches for getRect, and so yeah. There's definitely some backlog to go through, but he really prioritizes crashes, right? So if you send compiler crashes or something like that, then you can, I think, send a follow-up email and they will get prioritized because that's what he fixes first and foremost. You kind of expired by Tsoding and want to try Jai but not into asking properly. I'm not streaming and not sure my request will be considered. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you do something interesting, then it will be considered, but you know, it needs to be something interesting, something that will contribute to the beta. So yeah, so you send compiler crashes and they got immediately resolved. Yeah. That was my experience with compile crashes as well. So there's dist clean and just clean. So dist clean is just an alias to clean. It's clean and then remove the config. Your question? Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, if you have something interesting you're working on, then you will definitely get in. But if it's just like, oh, hey, I just want to try it out, then probably not. Right? Because he really wants those bug reports. I don't want to compile Gradle from Jai. No, thank you. I don't want to hear about Gradle ever again. Gradle is a build tool for Android, right? I never actually used it. All. So it's all leaps and all tools. What does all tools do? All leaps. Where is includes? Oh, all includes here. All includes install headers. So can I not run install leaps? I can do this. Make install libs. Right? So let's do that. Instead of doing make install, we will do make install libs. Yeah. Plumps. And now muzzle out has lib. Yeah, let's go. It still has specs here. Fuck. Also, why does it do that? Why does it compile separate libs? Can't they just have a libc and that's it? Does libc comes with everything and those are just kind of optional? Hey Scotty. Gradle's Android Kotlin compiler. I mean, I need everything. I just want libc and that's it. Oh, so actually, like, so libm contains procedures. Wait, isn't libm literally empty in muzzle? Because I mean, the fact that libm is separate is just an implementation detail for glibc, if I recall correctly, because math are part of libc, and if I recall correctly, muzzle should kind of just... Isn't libm just a nothing burger in muzzle? Yeah, you see, libm, they are all empty. I told you they're all empty because musl packs everything into libc. This only exists for compatibility. Yes, because because fuck GCC. So maybe I need to just straight up remove it. Bazel has been around for a bit. Google spin out. I see. So it's all like a tooling for Android, right? Yeah. I remember there was something called Ant for Java. And I also never did anything with it. I just heard horror stories. I've never in my life did anything commercial in Java. And I am very proud of this achievement. I had to do some C#, not for money, but to help a friend. But I never did anything with Java. Not even Clojure. I had my Lisp arc. I guess my Lisp arc is kind of ongoing, right? Because I configure Emacs and Jai is kind of like Lisp, but strongly typed. But yeah, I never even written anything in Clojure. Bazel builds everything, so it's like Yarn, I see, or like Nix or Geeks, or like Make. For your 3D printed keyboard, holy shit! Where is my Haskell? Hey, Dream the Gap. No. Thank you. My Haskell arc started and ended when I was watching Tsoding's Haskell rank. If you're an OG Tsoding fan, you might remember Haskell rank, a series where we solve hacker rank challenges, but in Haskell. Bazel and Nix would be analogous to in some respects. My company uses Nix and Bazel to build robotics monorepo. Holy shit, you're in robotics. Look at you actually have something interesting to do. Sounds very cool. I'm a bit unlucky because my uni started like a robotics class right when I graduated. So I never got to, like participate or anything. Like, oof. And at that time I was broke, so I couldn't like afford, Arduino or Raspberry Pi or anything like that. So yeah, I was just like sad boy. So yeah, do I just filter those out? I feel like you don't really need those. Just let's go with sensible defaults and maybe go the make file and libs. Yeah, look at empty libs, right? Yeah, empty libs. Oh. No, empty libs is remove libs. Oh, fuck. YouTube subs still jump scare me. Yeah, thank you for subbing. I actually work on a couple YouTube videos on my off time, so yeah, I'm gonna post something cool soon. I want to do a video, sort of like tutorial about keyboard handling on Linux, like properly from scratch without any like third-party libraries. And since I suffered so much, I figured internet should know about it. I was disappointed in Haskell as soon as I tried to write something in it on my own instead of watching Tsoding streams. Yep. Yeah, I mean, you can't deny that sometimes he makes things look way easier than they are. And I mean, he was writing Haskell for like 10 years or something, so he was very experienced Haskell programmer. So it's not like he just YOLO'd it. I think his like bot was written in Haskell and it had like 10,000 lines of Haskell code or something, right? So it's a big project in Haskell. So it's empty lib names. Oh, so those are names. Empty lib names. But empty libs does RMRF. What is R? What is R? Cross compile R. Ah, I see. So it's just, yeah, okay, it's just to build them. So it removes the old, it removes old ones and rebuilds them. All right, so all libs is CRT, static, shared, empty, and tool libs. What the fuck are tool libs? It's specs. So we make shared libs, static libs, like, and maybe share, and that's it. And CRT libs. Yeah, and CRT libs are we need objects with objects. I guess we need those. Arch, base, yikes. Install libs. Install libs does all libs. So it's kind of hard coded, right? You see? It does all libs. And then also maybe shared libs. So you kind of need to be a little bit more. So this seems to me that make install isn't really suitable for us, and we probably should just straight up copy the stuff that we need ourselves. I mean, 10K lines is big for a project of one developer, right? Yeah, so we have CRT. What's that? No, this is the ls obj. CRT. Okay, we have this. What's x86? What's that? I think those are just aliases. Oh, you can do it with, so I see what you mean. So we can do like all libs equal, like I don't know, static libs, and then make install, right? We can do something like that. Is this what you mean? Yeah, I see. Run command should probably support that. Oh, I apologize. The air is kind of dry here. Wait, what? Here, module args. Do we not have env? Or can I just shove them here? Maybe I need to do set env like outside. Let's just try it out. So doing all libs. We'll do like CRT libs. Okay, I'm fine. And it's and you see, it's not just like an override. It's literally like an argument I need to pass, which is so yeah, maybe I can just, you know, copy files manually, because what we have here, we have this, I think. No, I can change my make file, but you know, if I have to go inside of the make file, I'd rather just simply avoid it altogether. I can totally string replace stuff in make file, but I think it's build, right? Yeah, build lib. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, take care too. Take care, you too. So yeah, so it's build lib. Yeah, but that var is getting composed from other vars, you know what I mean? I would need to like decompose it first. So I can just do this. I can copy file from build lib. Let's ls that l8 oh, September 7th, so they are old. Yeah, so I think this is when I passed prefix build. Where are new ones? January 22. January. Huh. They're probably getting installed. They're probably getting like. No, that doesn't make sense. Lib. Okay, so at least musl GCC spec got created today. Okay, let's see where make. When I do make all libs, what does it do, all libs? CRT libs, add prefix. So does it just I guess it like where does it, because when we run make, it builds them, right? So he must put those somewhere before I run make install, and I assume that it make builds them somewhere locally. Right? So where? It's not build. Is it build lib? Yeah, it's not there. Yeah, all of those are old as fuck. Let's even remove those and call make. So make does nothing. Wow! What does it do, I wonder? What does B does? Unconditionally make all targets. I see. Lib ls-la. Okay, so it shows them to lib. Here are they. Everything but lib c.so is here. That was crazy amount of output. I bet Twitch bitrate didn't like that much. Oh, and include is here, right? Yeah, so here are all of the includes. And I guess let's LA obj CRT. Yeah, here are object files. Lib. I mean, lib also contains those object files, right? So I can do, what is rcrt1 and scrt1? Did I link those? Oh, this is the wrong. Let me close this one. Did I link those? I only linked those. I wonder what are these for, rcrt? And what is scrt? So Stack Overflow says that scrt.o used in place of crt when generating PIEs. PIEs is something like position dependent, position independent, right? Yeah. So I don't need to care about it, or what? Like, which of those do I need to link with them? Do I need to include those too? Or these are enough? I mean, I can probably just copy those. So what I want to avoid copying empty libs. So I probably just copy all of the CRTs. Yeah, that's what I thought, that static executables are not position independent. Like, that's the whole point. So I guess I can just copy from lib. Let's do copy file. Was that copy file? Copy file, yeah, file utilities. Source and destination. Nice. Build musl. So instead of make install, libs, I do comment make install libs installs empty libs that we don't really need. So let's copy files manually, right? And files to copy equals string dot, and this is an array literal in Jai, by the way. And so we're gonna do join, of course. Ooh, I hate when I do that with Vim. With Vim, it's so hard to say that. With Vim, because it has W and the next word is V. And I speak English for about like 8 years or so. Yeah, I guess like eight years ago or so is where I started learning English properly. Maybe 9 years ago. And my brain still struggles with W and V, because in Russian it's the same, literally the same letter. Musl source. Lib and so which one? CRT 0. Can you see do this for int? I don't think so. True. According to mini audio. Yeah, mini audio. Yep. Yeah. Mini audio. CRTI, CRTN, libc.a, and that's it, right? RCRT, there's also RCRT1 and SCRT1. Oh, but we don't need them. Does Jai have globbing? I mean, globbing is not really a property of the language, right? I don't think Jai have globbing as a library implemented anywhere. We can grep for glob, right? And not like global, but let's do it by word boundary. No. So yeah, I think yeah, there is no special globbing module. Nothing like that. Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't think there's anything in the user space to do globbing. I mean, there's third-party regex library from Raphael called Uniform. What's that? And it implements like PCRE, which I guess has dot star, right? So it's kind of globbing on its own. But yeah, Jai doesn't ship with anything like that. CRTI and CRTN. Lib A. Wait, can I do that? no, it's not. I guess I can just do this, that so, and you know, if it we will just silently ignore errors. Yeah. So 4 files to copy file, and it was in file utilities. And silent equals false. I wonder why there is no silent on Unix. What does Unix do? Read entire file, unable to open the file, excuse me, and yeah, write entire file. I mean, it doesn't even do a dumb temporary implementation. Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, it doesn't use, you know, proper copy. I mean, we can contribute. We can definitely contribute that. Oops, exposed. But yeah. Copy file. Copy pairs. I guess that's what I want to do. Right, and these will be like this will be an array of strings. How do you organize that? I mean, it's over engineering. So we'll just copy everything. Right, do it like that, and instead of doing leap, we'll just do that. Right, and here will be musl out. Right, and what we will going to do, we will just 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. We will do files to copy for like 1 0 files to copy by twice, and we will do copy files to copy this to files to copy like it plus 1, and then we need to mutate. Can we do that? Can we mutate the index while it's going? And of course we need like -1 at the end. I don't remember if we can mutate it. Import file utilities. Let's just YOLO it. Musl out. It's not musl out, it's musl target. Files to copy that count. That count. Oh, that's what you were. Okay. unable to open for join. Oh, okay, this is because, so a little bit of Emacs magic, align regex like this, and then we do that. Yeah, like that. Like that, and then we can just, you know, yeah. Okay. Why you can't just write it times 2 and it times 2 plus 1. So it's gonna be 0 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you're actually right. You are actually right. Yeah. I'm a two-head. I'm a humble web developer. What do you want from me? Do you think I know how to iterate over ranges? Okay, I'm not that stupid, right? Sometimes. Oh, yeah, of course. There you go. Could not open file leap. It's because leap for reading. It's because we need apparently forward slashes. Right. And now we bowl. Yeah, boy. Ooh, shit. Let's do musl out. Let's delete that shit. Let's rebuild. And wait, what? Oh yeah, here we are. Here we are, and libc.so. Oh wait, it's not empty. Huh. How is it not empty? Oh yeah, because it's like an old one. Yeah. Okay, this works. Build that musl. Born to be kings, yeah. We're the princes of the universe. Here will we belong. Mm-hmm. I guess we need to do it dynamic. Yeah, so we'll need to do it like that. It's gonna be string, right, and then we were gonna array append that. And I will explain you why in a second. Comma, we will replace with this, that, right, because of the if something something dynamic equals false, right? So if dynamic and else less. Yeah. I mean, we honestly need to support both at the same time. Like, we really need to support both. Excuse me. Yes, I know that. Yeah, I know that it can support variadics, but this is kind of, I just like that more. What you're saying is that I could just do this, right? Actually, since it's source target, this is actually better. Yeah, I agree. This sounds better. Wait, it fucked up. Yep. And here, like join and join and join here, just like this. Let's see if we fucked anything out. Let's recompile. Error, can't open, no such. Did I misplace those? Source, target, source, target, source, target. What? Cannot open. That's weird. What is wrong? Oh, my chat is dying. Okay, it's alive again. Wait, what the fuck? Why is it complaining? Have you ever tried Viagra for programming focus and endurance? Yeah, I'm too young for that, I'm afraid. But one day I'll be so unproductive that I will literally have to do that. Wait, why? Call your doctor, yeah. LLD lean. Oh, yeah. Because it's error. The wrong error. It's error here because it's not in the lip anymore because I just dropped them straight in. Yeah, nice. Okay. Let's even do exe. Yeah, static sailor. Nice. All works. Cool. Too young for Viagra driven programming, too old for vibes driven programming. True. Stuck forever in this boomer, weird like boomer purgatory. Yeah. There you go. We're building musl with Jai, even though we just literally pass stuff to configure and make. But at least we removed make install from the equation. We just literally copy files. This is something. Should we maybe simplify that somehow and maybe put it somewhere so people can access it? Maybe we should. But first, kind of want to do a bathroom break and get some water because, yeah, I'm out of water. I'll be right back. What's up, people? How's it going? No dynamic linking. Does that include C runtime? Yep. So, hey, Molsantur. We have an executable here. And if you see here, it's not a dynamic executable. I mean, we link it against CRT stuff, but this is because, you know, we need a startup, blah, 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 right? So, and we also link few other static libraries for printing back traces and also for compression because musl requires it. So, and yeah, Jai depends on libc in few places, so we can't like completely throw it away. Like Jai does not raw dog syscalls and it doesn't ship with backtrace library. Actually, so Jai has backtraces. And you can even access them on the context. But I guess it's not integrated in a sense of, you know, printing them when your program crashes and whatnot. Like runtime crash handler literally requires like this unwind. Is this like C++ and unwind spec? Or I remember reading something about it, and there are like particular API that glibc implements and also libc++ implements for printing stack traces, and yeah, that's what we require, and that's what libunwind and libbacktrace implement together. So we need something like that. ptrace set jump core dump. I think we can probably remove that. Yeah. So I added stuff to build musl, and I guess logically speaking I need yeah, it's probably not trivial because you need to re-implement all of that crap, or you know, yeah, you basically need to re-implement all of that crap yourself. But yeah, trace back. Is it trace back or is it back trace? Trace. Yeah. So we do have back traces, right? Backtrace symbols, file descriptors, something in POSIX. Yeah, modules debug. Here you go. So yeah. Yeah, and here on context there's a stack trace. A cross-platform, easily readable backtrace of your program's call stack that is inspectable at any time. Yeah. User space stack traces that will be expanded upon soon. Yeah. So we literally have stack traces here. But it seems like you maybe don't have access to them when you crash. Pack stack trace that gives you a copy of the stack trace that you can store on a data structure indefinitely. Yeah. There you go. And it's all on context.stack trace. Is it like where is it defined? Yeah, here we have packed stack trace in memory debugger, hash and nodes, and stack trace node has what? It's in preload. There you go. Stack trace procedure info and stack trace nodes next info and hash cell call depth and line number. Right. So I mean, we could print that. I mean, I wonder. I actually wonder how hard would it be to, you know, modify crash handler so it prints this instead of doing libc shenanigans. Yeah, yes, that's exactly it. Yeah, lib unwind implements stack unwind algo from the sysv ABI. Exactly. Ah, so we need ABI, I guess. But I wonder if we can like patch runtime crash handler, right? So it prints this kind of stack trace instead of doing the libc situation. Although, I mean, it's kind of helpful to have sysv ABI compatible stack traces, right? Or maybe not. I mean, sure, we print the stack trace, but I mean, why can't we like print our own from the basic? I mean, maybe because, you know, like we crashed and our memory is probably super fucked. So nothing from basic module will probably work like at all. Right? And so you need something like completely out of it. I don't fucking know. I don't know anything about that, to be honest. I'm just kind of winging it as we go. So yeah, I'm not really in the mood, you know, to go through the same procedure through like porting configure from lib unwind and lib backtrace I assume that if we lib backtrace master, wait, where's configure? Master of backtraces, pull in your strings, and it has even more settings. Holy shit. It has locale dependent data because of course it is, because locales. Does it mean it can print locales in different languages or what? Yeah, it has even more, like literally has even more options than musl. Documentation directory, read-only architecture independent stuff. Metallica. cd lib unwind. And lib unwind, oh my god, lib unwind has even more. Debugging faster, obey your master. Yeah. What the fuck? How many of those should you have? Mander. Mander. Program prefix, program suffix. For build on build. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. Like, at least definitely not now. I'll just say something like compile and lib backtrace and lib unwind is an exercise for the reader or something. Or maybe I will gradually port them, you know, little by little, argument by argument. Because I just couldn't be arsed to do it now. It's just such a daunting task. Nothing creative here. It's just like an elbow grease, right? And I still depend on configure, on make, because Jai actually ships with compile cpp something, or is it just like cpp? Yeah, build cpp. Jai literally has like a build cpp module that, I mean, I think it probably calls Clang or something. It's called for Windows, for Visual Studio. Does it have something for Linux at all? Okay. Yeah, if Windows else. Nintendo SDK, holy shit. LLVM, yeah, so it uses Clang. Newton moment. Yeah, I mean, it has some stuff. Definitely has some stuff. I guess by GNU's not Unix, they also mean that there are no more beautiful philosophy behind. Oof. Yeah. So I'll leave build musl just like that for now. And this one, I'll probably entry point name. Why don't we need? Why do I? Yeah, I remember this. This was some kind of an experiment. Set working directory, musl source, musl out. it's hard to build anything somewhat self-contained. Yeah, I mean, it is hard, but on Linux, it's definitely better than dealing with dynamic linking. Supporting object files. Get fucked. Re-add. Still building. Nice. Yeah. That's like a nice example. I think I'm gonna add those to my Jai on Linux repo. Right, so something like this is an example of Emacs. Okay. How to build a static executable on Linux with musl as your libc. It also contains a helper to build musl itself. Requirements. First, musl. Second, XZ, aka, yeah. Third, lib unwind. Fourth, lib backtrace. Four, yeah. These two are needed for stack traces when your program crashes, like after an assert or a debug break. So we can use it. Yeah. Something backdoors. Yeah. Do you compile? I compile it with whatever compiler. So what I do, I just wrote a build musl script, kind of. For now, it literally is calling configure from musl source tree. Configure, and then it call with certain like arguments that you can pass into the script. Then it runs make. Yeah, then it runs make, so it builds the stuff, and then I manually copy the CRT and libc stuff. Yeah, so I didn't strip it out of make configure entirely. I just cut the last step for now. Like I get the libraries myself, but I'm still running make and still running their configure. But ideally, I just raw dog GCC or whatever, right? But yeah, it's too hard for now. Yeah. There are no pairs to compile xz unwind and trace for now, so you need to pre-compile them yourself. Sorry. Path to musl source code, path where you want to get compiled object files and a library stored let's do something like this. Like that. Like that. Yeah! Will it actually work still? Yeah, it still compiles. Nice. Yeah. I'll probably self-contain this. So I'll just put exec lib unwind, and I'll just do this build lib. And I'll do cp build lib unwind.a mkdir lib unwind. Oh, I'll just do this. Right, so we cp build lib unwind.a to lib unwind. Oh, it just copied. Oh, fuck. mkdir lib unwind, and then we'll just copy that again. mkdir lib backtrace mkdir xz, like that. cp build lib this to lib backtrace. Build. Oh, do we not have a cd exec build lib this to xz? Yeah. Now do we compile? Coolio. And I think that should be... That kind of should be it. Now let's copy all of that to my Jai on Linux repo that I have. So let's run another instance of Emacs. I'm sorry for flashbang. Z instead of Z. I'm sorry. I learned English on the streets were sometimes British, sometimes American, depending on the YouTuber I watched at the time. So I have example of some kind of X11. Yeah, so, and here I'm doing, let's create another folder, static. Yeah, static binary. Yeah. And I'll just copy everything here. So we mark few things for copying. So we'll copy this, and we'll copy lib backtrace, lib unwind, musl out. Right. Yeah, I don't want to copy musl source. And we will copy that to Jai on Linux examples static. here, binary, boom. Copy recursively. Yeah, now here we should be having all of these cool niceties. Yeah, I tell you, Direct is one of the saving graces of Emacs. One of the things that keep me using this piece of software. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to copy main.jai. So yeah, let's copy main.jai to also here. Here you go. And here in build.jai, I will do what? If build musl, right? Build musl false. Yeah, direct maggot, that's literally 50 and then another 50% of why I still use Emacs. Another tiny percentage is that I have a Stockholm syndrome and a little bit addicted. And I just literally can't replace it with anything else. It's just, I don't know, I have a certain workflow, and I mean, Emacs, the whole thing about Emacs is that it can support any workflow because it's very flexible, and yeah, it's a very sad story. One day I'll just sit and write my own Emacs where I only implement stuff that I personally use and will be happy forever. So I will literally do the stuff like Casey did and Ryan and Alan Webster, where they just kind of made a 4-coder for themselves, right? Which kind of implements subset of Emacs that they like. And here, they just use it. So I'll do something like that. And yeah, I know that Direct Vim does that, but I wanted to do it slightly more manually. Yeah, Direct Vim, and also sometimes you want to edit multiple files, and you can like engage into Direct like editable buffer, like a Direct like edit. I forgot how to do that, but yeah, it's also cool. And sometimes I want to do ls.la, and I can do that with Direct like that. You know, it's like open parentheses, and you can look at the file details. Oh, Ctrl X, Ctrl Q. Yeah, thank you. I do it rarely enough that I often forget how to do it. But when I need it, it's such a such a saver. I just can't get enough of it. But the biggest issue with Emacs for me is that it's very bad on Windows. When I have to write code on Windows, I just suffer. Emacs is rather fast on Linux. It's kind of all right. Definitely more snappier than VS Code, but on Windows, they dismiss it quite a bit. Can it build? No. Add an extra what? Oh yeah. Link step failed. No such file or directory. I'm sorry, what? Huh. Oh, I didn't copy XZ. Yikes. Okay, now it compiles, and hey, look at this, it works. Just use Visual Studio 22. Yeah, we did not commit that. In fact, build.jai. What else do I put here? Oh, you also need a custom, modified version of runtime crash handler.jai. Patch is included. Let's create a patch between, not patch, like diff. How do you, yeah, like this, like that. Jai modules run not Jai archive, sorry, it's Jai modules runtime support crash handler normal and Jai modules runtime crash support Jai, and we save it to home G projects Jai on Linux. Examples: static binary runtime. Wait, not runtime support. Crash handler.jai. Yeah. Runtime support crash handler dot diff. There you go. Is it here? Yeah, there you go. There we have a diff. Yeah, we do lib backtrace, we do that. What the fuck is this? Okay, there are some... let me clean this up. Let me clean it up. A little bit. So new static. Remove the comment. Remove the comment. Where was it? Yeah, this one. Where do we set an error callback? Error callback. What do you even do here? I don't know. Exercise for the reader. D for your mom. Yeah. Yeah, let's. Okay. So we do that, backtrace full. F printf, what's that? Let's remove that as well. And rerun the diff. Buffer modified kill anyway, yes. Oh, there's a bunch of comments. We don't really need all of that. Because I commented them out. Yeah, because we don't have libexec.info anymore. And num pointers written. Yeah, we don't do that. Yep, so here, backtrace full, don't do that, add this, add that. I can cut Windows line endings, but default file has them, so I'm not gonna. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's it. Let's example static binary. Accept build directory, build musl, executable, I don't need that. Main, crt, lblzma, runtime crash handler. Yeah, I think that's it. I assume you can redistribute these libraries because they're probably under permissive license and all that. But I mean, open source licenses are just a pure social construct, right? I think the only one of them that actually held some ground in the court was GPL or something. So, you know, license is just a suggestion in modern world. And I think where I live, you won't be able to sue me anyway. So fuck you, open source zealots. Say to me while open sourcing stuff. Yes. Fuck the license, yeah. Okay. So how do I commit? Oh wait, I can't commit. I need to pull stuff. So let me stash indexed. Huh? What the fuck? Cannot apply binary patch full index without full. Oh, it's okay. I can just stash everything. Don't worry about it. I can spell license without lie. I mean, you can because there's C, but yeah. Okay. Let's pull the latest changes. Pop the stash. And yeah, that's, I think that is it. Add an example of building a static binary. Yay. And push this motherfucker. Examples, static binary. Let's fucking go. Pushy. Here is the repo for those who has Jai. For those who hasn't Jai, here's also the repo. This is basically an amalgamation of all the useful stuff I need myself and some other people as well on Linux that Jai doesn't ship with. For example, bindings to all sorts of X11 crap. Recently I added lib input and libudef. And also Leonte contributed ICC-CM, I guess for focus editor. And it also has GDB helpers, so we can properly debug strings and arrays. Very, very handy. Oh, somebody started. Holy shit. I'm getting internet brownie points. Yeah. Poggers. And now, let me revert this. Where's the dislike button? You can go and push the dislike button on YouTube because I restream there. Let me delete that and let me rename that to regular handler. Wait, cannot do what? Again, I need to press Alt Enter here. Yeah, and let's go to SOCD main build compile. Let's see if this thing still runs. Referenced by what? Chai static. Oh yeah, it's a different project. What? Ah! What happened? That was so... Gift sub. Oh shit! Thanks for gifting the sub, Zudex. Zeusdex. Hey Kuju, hello. Thanks for gifting the sub. Really appreciate it. Welcome. How did I fuck it up? Okay, that's it. And let's check if my program still compiles after I messed the Jai up. Okay, it compiles. But here's the main program I'm working on. This is my keyboard remapper. It's kind of like, you know, you can add like a program, select from the list, and then add mappings, right? For example, you can remap A to D, and you can have different modes. For example, regular remap is when you press A, D comes up. Or if you press opposite, they will override each other depending on which was pressed last, right? And neutral, if you press both at the same time, they act as if both got unpressed, like literally unpressed. More people should enjoy your stream ad-free. Thanks. Yeah. I mean, if people want to enjoy my stream ad-free, they can watch on YouTube because YouTube is not monetized for me. Yeah. I mean, not for now. If they ever offer me to turn on monetization, of course I will do it because I'm very greedy. I mean, I think even if I don't press monetize, YouTube will still start running ads. Blood. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of the program. And it works on Windows and on Linux. On both of them. Yeah, and it, like, I made sure to support all sorts of weird key bindings. Like you can bind right control to right alt, for example. And it will literally work. Yeah. And this is my config for Hollow Knight, right? We have opposites for directional input, so you have perfect turnarounds. And then I map P to L, so I can have 2 jump buttons for certain trick. And I mapped U to escape, so when I press U, escape comes out, so I don't have to reach all the way. Yeah, that's kind of the thing I'm usually working on streams, and I'm gonna release it soon, finally. Maybe somewhere in the weekend, like on Saturday and Sunday, because Windows version is really close to release. Yesterday I implemented suspended rendering, so on Linux now, it literally spins, it renders 60 frames a second. And on Windows yesterday I implemented wait for message, you know, so it only renders when there's something to render. But when there's like an event or an animation that is unfinished. Yeah. This is all I need. Actually, Counter-Strike 2 will kick you out of lobby if you do too many perfect strafes in a row. That's what I've been told to, that's what I've been told on GitHub. Use GPL project in your proprietary project. Yeah, when hiring people, ask them to sign NDA. Now, if someone claims that you are violating GPL by referring to reports from your employees, yeah, illegally obtained evidence. True. Somebody actually suggested implementing a delay. Right, so you do the opposite, but you also configure delay between the override. So you always have, like, you know, a couple frames between one press and another unpress. So you don't do, you know, frame perfectly. Kind of like that. So this is something fun to implement maybe in the future, but after the release. Yeah. First cheat client on Jai, yeah. I mean, Jai was language for video games, and this relates to video games, so yeah. But I guess I achieved the goal for today's session. And it's past 11. So, do I do something else? I mean, I could pull the latest changes for the program I make it compile. I like work a little bit on it, right? So, for example, if I do the git pull, it pulls my latest changes for Windows, and now it won't compile. Yeah, because there's, you know, UI. Wait, what? Unable to open UIs because I didn't commit UI file. So for it to work, I need to go on Windows, add it to the source tree, commit it, because it was untracked and I forgot to commit it. It's okay. I'll do it off stream. But yeah, is Kuju here? Is he streaming today? By the way, let me check his channel. No, he's not. Ah, today's late. Okay, I would have rated you. Yeah. Thanks for the sub and for gifting the sub and for overall support. Thank you. Really appreciate it, and enjoy your dinner. So yeah, I guess Kuju is not streaming. So let's find someone else to raid. Let's find a plan B. Anyone streaming some epic software developers, software development. There's Theo. Yeah, have a good night too. So there's Theo, the epic rage baiter from Twitter, who is streaming. I think he's making a browser, Chromium-based browser. We can rate him for fun. He's doing like web stuff, web slop, but he's very entertaining and funny. So yeah, but okay, I'll leave him on another tab and see. So maybe someone else who's doing something cool. I heard this guy made a crazy browser. So true. I mean, his OpenAI wrapper is kind of cool. I saw it. It definitely beats OpenAI and Anthropic web clients because it's faster. So I mean, you know. I mean, this guy definitely knows how to do React. You gotta give him that. Modern React is not easy at all. It's a pile on top of pile on top of pile. So you need to be off your rocker to understand all of that. So you gotta give him that. There's Java TDD guy streaming. Somebody today was talking about Gradle on YouTube. You know, gotta pay our respects. I actually don't see anything like systems. Oh. So there's Foxic, who's also streaming Jai, I think. Right? Game engine development in Jai. Let's go. Another epic beta user. So sorry, Theo. Not today. Okay. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Really appreciate the support. Here's my shield links. You can join the Discord for epic stream notifications. That's the only place where I post when I go live. And YouTube is where I archive my VODs and post other videos, and Twitter is just like, you know, general shit posting. And thanks everyone for watching once again, for all the support. Epic raid. We were very productive today. And I will see you all tomorrow when I will probably keep working on my program to push it for the release. Bye. It's called only